Morning, everyone. Thank you very much for coming. More importantly, because all your proceeds go to charity, so it's very much appreciated. So I didn't know I was going to get an introduction, so thank you, Melly. So here's me. I'm not going to introduce myself again. But I've been doing this a long time. I've been in the industry about 15 years. Like I say, worked with lots of different brands, from small to global and everything in between. And there's been, and over that time, there's been a consistent theme I've always seen, and what I've learned to hate is shit websites. Like, I hate them, you hate them, everybody hates shit websites. It's 2023, there's billions of them, and most of them are shit, and it is unbelievable we've not figured it out. And every time someone comes to me like, Francis, oh, the website's not converting, oh, what do I do, what do I do? The first question I always ask them is, tell me about your users. And every time it's, I'm like, if you don't consider your users, you will design a shit website, I promise you. These freaks are the contradictory weirdos that are smart and stupid at the same time. They're patient and impatient at the same time. They know what they want, they don't know what they want. Like, these guys are weirdos, okay? But you have to consider them, I promise you, because like these guys are the name of the game. Like I say, so if you don't think about them, you will design a shit website. So let's have a look what a shit design really looks like, okay? 94% of people do not trust a website if it seems outdated. So that is 94% of the people that will come to a website will leave it if it looks out of date, if it looks different to the other ones, if it doesn't seem up to standard as everyone's. That is a tremendous amount of people that will, in a split decision, just leave, okay? 70% of online shoppers abandon their carts based solely on a bad designed cart. You've put the hard work into your organic traffic, into enabling someone to be able to find a product, to be able to make sure your pricing's right, to be able to convince them to add it to your basket, and then they get to your basket and they leave because of a bad design. And 39% of people will stop engaging with a website if the image loads too slowly. That's over a third of people will leave. I'm talking seconds, not minutes. I'm talking maybe 3 seconds, because people are impatient. They will just move on, okay? So bad design has very, very real impacts for businesses. And that is because us as customers, all of us, our expectations of businesses and brands has risen rapidly over the last 5-10 years, okay? So we want it quicker, easier, more personalized, everything. We want it now. And businesses need better design capabilities than ever before to keep up with that. There is no room for mediocre design now. Mediocre design means businesses will fail. So that's why you have to address those users, okay? So to do that, you need to think more UX-y. You need to bring more UX thinking to your web experiences. So the reality of a UX issue is really, really minor, okay? It is, on the surface of it, it's so small. It's like that flat road speed bump. If you're driving down that road, you wouldn't even think about it. Over the speed bump, gone, don't think about it again, ever, okay? Nice and simple. The reality is most web experiences are filled with lots of minor issues. So it's more like this. It's uphill and there are speed bumps constantly. It's very rare there's a silver bullet that will fix everything. It's normally lots of trivial things. So if you were going down a road and you had the choice of left, flat with 1 speed bump, right, uphill, lots of speed bumps, you will always take the left road. Your customers, your users will do that with your web experiences. They won't have time to muck about. They will go where it's easier, the path of least resistance. So I'm going to go through 3 quick typical issues we see, and this is a quiz, so you've all got to like answer. And if you don't, I will pick on people, so you're warned. Okay. So, true or false? The more choice, the merrier the user.
False.
False. Okay, I'm going to give you a designer answer. It depends. Right. It really does. So users need to be clearly guided to help make the right choice. Okay? Sometimes they want choice, sometimes they don't want choice. They need guidance to make the choice for them. They don't want too little, they don't want to be overwhelmed. So there's lots and lots of research that shows if you give less choice to users, it's quicker decision making, more confident decision making. They will work quicker, more confidently, and convert better. So something like this, for example, this Eon website, there's only a couple of numbers to call. It is so simple. The navigation is so simple. Someone can easily go, yeah, I want that, go, move on, and they're going to do it. Nice and easy. Other times, users want lots of choice. Okay, so you look at John Lewis, for example. So from an e-commerce perspective, people normally bounce because they haven't got enough choice. Feedback is, I didn't have enough choice. That's why I didn't shop with you. So with John Lewis, they need to provide lots of choice, okay? But here they make it simple. That top level navigation is by department. Then the mega menu there, it's by room, and it's in an F and Z pattern, how people read, so they can make a choice on room, and then it's clear lists by product type, okay? So they're helping a user by making them make single small decisions very quickly. It's even better on mobile because you can go, there's department, there's room, there's category, okay? That is helping a user make a choice when there's lots of it, okay? So that's what you got to do, help a user through their decision making. But what we're talking about here is the execution, right? That's the method. First, you need to understand the user's mindset and their mission before you decide the method of what they need. Right, second question. True or false? Users don't scroll. It depends, yes. Yes. That's it. Users want things to be easy. They don't want to work for them. Like, they just want it to be simple. I go there, there's a thing I need. Super easy. Okay, so here's like, we see scroll heat maps. This is something you typically see. You've got like the left and the middle one there, the same size, but the left one's got more scrolling than the middle one. The one on the right's twice the length, but there's more scrolling. These aren't different websites. These are patterns you see on the same website. Something you might see on the homepage there, where they're trying to quickly find out about the business. The product page, they already know what they want. They're probably going on there, converting quickly, clicking and moving on. And there might be a blog where they're reading through it, okay? So there is so much variety in there. The importance is hierarchy. Assign hierarchy to your web experiences. What does a user need? And then put the most important things at the top and the least important things at the bottom. People go, oh, it's not in the first load, whatever, whatever. That doesn't mean no one's going to see it. It will just mean less people will see it. But you've got to put the most important things to the top. If it's the most important thing to a user is down here, they're going to leave. It needs to be up here, okay? So constantly assign hierarchy, most important at the top. But again, we're talking about the method. First, we need to understand their mindset and their mission, okay? Right, last question. True or false? Users don't read.
It depends.
Yes. Nice and easy, isn't it? Getting the idea. Users want relevant and timely content. They want the thing they're looking for when they need it, okay? So, what I mean by that, Wikipedia. Who's ever read a Wikipedia page word from word? No one, okay? You Google, you're looking for something, you Google it, you land there, but this is what this is designed for. There's clear section headings. And then under those section headings are clear paragraph headings. So someone can easily find the section they look for, find the paragraph they look for, then they read the content. It's about scannability and easy ability to find. Then they will read. But that's not always true, because there's the Guardian long reads, for example. If you go through this, there's no headings there. This isn't scannable at all. But it doesn't need to be, because a user is invested. They're there to read this content. They're not there to scan it, they're there to read. So they don't need that there. So the important thing here is to make sure you're getting it fit for purpose for a user. Account for that scannability. What's the worst thing businesses do? They assume a user's going to read every single bloody word. They're not. So something like your homepage, your headlines are critical. Make sure they're clear, make sure they're engaging. If a user catches that, then they'll go on to the secondary copy. That needs to be short and sweet and direct them. Something like a blog page doesn't need as many headings. It doesn't need to be as scannable. Okay? But again, we are talking about the method. first we need their mindset and the mission. So, to get there, this is where most people start, right here, the method. I need a thing. I'm going to make it do this. And they're missing all these steps beforehand. So you need to start at the beginning here, is with your users. Who is coming to the site? Who is using the site? Okay? Once you've identified who those people are, you move on to their pains and their goals. Start with the pains. We're humans, we're complex. We never really want to change when we're sat on the beach having a beer. It's like, and everything's happy. We change because you're like, I am sick to death of this. This is causing me aggravation. Start with pains. We find it easier to moan first, okay? So you go, right, okay, pains. What are the pains? What are the things in their lives and their businesses and their jobs that's driving them to change? Then you go into the goals. They come to you. What goals are they trying to achieve? What are they trying to do while they're there? Okay? Those two things make up their mindset. That mindset then turns into missions. Turn it into missions. What are they trying to do? And then you can decide the method. So you might have a busy CEO, and the pains are, I have no time for bullshit, okay? So, and then the goals are, I need to understand that business quickly and be able to get in touch. And then, so that turns into their mission. So, and then the method is, right, I need a call to action. It needs to be really short and sweet copy, okay? So that's the important thing. Once you've understood that mindset, make missions out of it, okay? We do this all the time. That is literally what we do with our clients all the time. Understand that and try and turn it into a handful of micro missions. These are objectives. These will keep you focused on what you're doing. Now, a trap people fall into here is going, oh, I want to make personas. Don't make personas. Just don't even, honestly. Like, missions are more helpful than personas, okay? This lovely photo, if this was a persona, it'd be like, female baby boomer, with affluent and not digital savvy, Gen Z male, not affluent and rents. That's never going to tell you they're buying the same coat. Like that's missions, okay? Missions keep you focused. That is what you really, really need, okay? So, common traps to fall into and a good methodology to how to get there. So, now the important bit. No one's interested in my holiday photos recently, so I'm subjecting you guys to them. Here's me, clearly interested in the hat. I went to a disgustingly picturesque place in Kefalonia in Greece. And like most holidays, it revolves around sun, food, and alcohol for me. So, yeah, I had a lovely time. A show of hands, who's been able to go overseas on holiday this year? Ooh, lots of people. I'm going to pick on someone. Tell me about your holiday.
I went to Memphis and New Orleans.
Ooh, what was that like?
It was great. We went to Elvis's house.
Nice.
My mum for her birthday. She's been a massive Elvis fan for years.
I'm a huge Elvis fan, so that's definitely on my list. Anybody else? Tell me about the holiday. I will pick on someone. Don't make me pick on someone. At the back.
I went to Berlin.
And tell me about it.
It was good. Went on a little city break, drank lots, ate lots, didn't sleep very much at all. Came back tired and needed another thing.
Berlin, one of my favourite places in the world. So, brilliant, thank you. There's a common thing there. One thing you missed off in all of that. You didn't go, oh, Francis, I went onto first I went onto the website, and then the search was really, really intuitive, and the search bar helped, and the copy was really engaging, The reason for that is websites are bullshit. They are absolute bullshit. And there's some nuance in here. I'm sure there's people in here that's like, well, Francis, yes, that, but mine isn't. Other people's are, but mine isn't. So just for the nuance, your website is bullshit, okay? It is complete bullshit. And that's hard to hear. It's not bullshit for me. I've literally put blood, sweat, and tears into making websites good. It's not bullshit to you guys. It's your main marketing channel. It drives revenue for your business. But for these guys, it's bullshit. And the reason for that is they have so many more priorities in their lives. They have got families, they've got kids, they've got jobs, bills to pay, they've got cost of living crisis to keep up with. Your website does not even enter into their minds, okay? Your website is a means to an end. That end is what you need to figure out and tap into, okay? Think of it like a drill. I could get my phone out now. I could go onto Wix, order a drill, pick it up, or get it delivered. And I got the drill, and I drill the holes. Fantastic. I've gone on the website, got the product did what it was supposed to do. It drilled holes. That isn't it. That's not what it's about. People want to hang cool shit up on the walls. Like, no one's going to go around and be like, oh, I'm not going to say to one of my friends, oh, do you want to come round? Do you admire the holes in the wall? Like, look at this. No, I want to say, sit down, have a wine. Look at this painting I picked up. It's lovely, isn't it? I think it's like really me, okay? You need to figure out what that end is. Most businesses stop at the holes. They don't go past that. You need to figure out the end. I promise you that is so important, the difference you can make. One of our clients, their web experience was set up so they could help users understand their disabilities and what the right modifications they needed for cars to enable someone to drive. A 17-year-old girl with disabilities who never thought she could ever socialize with her friends like she did, that changed her life, okay? A blind person for a banking website, their website was made accessible. They didn't have to deal with the shit on the phone. They didn't have to get on public transport and go into town anymore. They could just bank at home like the rest of us. Another website with, it was targeted an older audience, and there was an older gentleman ordering those emergency buzzers when you need help. The website was set up so simply for someone that isn't like is digitally illiterate and not familiar with digital experiences. They made it so simple for him to do it himself. He was able to order that. He needed it a few days later. It literally saved his life by having a good digital experience. I promise you, if you tap into that end, the difference you make will be profound on people's lives. They won't remember the website, but they will remember the difference your business and brand made to them. So, to get there though, we have 3 problems to understand that end we've got to overcome. First thing, you're thinking about UX design. That's your first problem right there. And the observant people will go, oh yeah, but Francis, you said it was UX design at the time. Yes, I did. Yes, I know. But also, I'm the head of experience, and that is for a very good reason, okay? And I'll show you. So that CEO we spoke about earlier, who's really busy and everything, oh, I've done my UX design. Here's my wireframe. I've done a fantastic job of UX design. There's the logo. There's the services and an intuitive place for him. There's the contact us in a traditional place so it's easy to get in touch. Here's a short headline, a short secondary copy to communicate my business proposition. End to second call to action to reinforce contact. They don't need scroll. Haven't I done a fantastic job of UX? See you later, guys. I'm going on something else. And then it goes live like that, where the brand is completely off. The copy is useless and meaningless, and there's a dog there. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Someone came to me like this and said, oh, can you help me with my website? I was like, what is this mess you've done here? That is the problem. And it's because UX is only part of the picture. People are just focusing on that. You need to broaden it out. You need to start thinking about experience design. When you think about experience design, you encompass so many more things. You'll be going, okay, right, there's my UX. Is the information architecture right? What about the copywriting? Is that fit for purpose? Does that meet user needs? What about the visual design? Is that right? What about the interaction and the site speed? Does that meet users' needs? Is the branding effective? Oh, what about my organic and paid traffic? What happens when they click and land on the website, and where do they funnel through based on their expectations? If you think about experience design, you cast a wider net and you will help your users a lot more. Okay, second problem. Users will engage with you when they want and how they want. Not when you want, not how you want, when they want, okay? There's a simple solution to this. Speak to them. That is how simple it is. Speak to your users. So few people do this. For the love of God, speak to them. Okay, there's so many ways you can do it. User interviews, user testing, content testing, email surveys, on-site surveys, A/B testing, social network crawling, customer call listening. There are so many more ways you could do it. That was all I could fit on the page. But there are so many different things you can do. I was, in my previous role at Boots, I was sat on the bus one day, and then there was 2 chaps behind me moaning about how shit the website was, because they're on the call center and they get the calls from the customers all the time. Next day I went in and was like, can I listen on your calls? And it was free information, just sat there, free user research. There was another client was like, they were like, oh, we're not converting. Can you have a look at the website? Looked at the website. I was like, the website looks pretty fine, to be honest. Had a bit of a Google. It was a very passionate customer group. They've got a Reddit forum in there. Everyone was pissed off at the delivery fee. Everyone was like, the delivery fee is awful. And that took me minutes to find that. So just speaking to your users will give you so much information, okay? Like, the best bit is you can do this for free and so quickly. Like, you can just do it today. You send out an email today. Like, don't get me wrong, there's so much nuance to this, but getting the ball rolling will give you so much more information you never realized. Right, third problem, you're thinking you've finished design, okay? So you've done your research, you've done the analysis, yeah, cool, I've spoke to my users, I've created this wonderful thing, brilliant, we've gone live, yeah, let's pat each other on the back, fantastic. But then you need to keep going. You need to test. Was that a success? What wasn't a success? You need to learn from that, go back around and start again, okay? This is what conversion rate optimization is. A lot of people fall into the trap thinking this is A/B testing. It is any way to optimize your conversions, okay? Keep going, keep testing. Markets, technology, like everything changes so, like quickly and often. The best way to keep on top of that is keep moving, keep testing, keep making sure things work for best for your users as possible. I'm going to have some clever conclusion to all this. So here there was the biggest study to date did a design index rating, okay, based on hundreds and hundreds of metrics. It rated the quality of a business's design. And then in those businesses, and there were thousands and thousands of businesses, small, medium, global businesses, okay, what they found is a correlation. The businesses that ranked higher in the metrics design, so were designing better websites and experiences, were also the businesses driving the most revenue. Designing better experiences for your users will have a direct correlation on the success and revenue of your business and your brand, okay? So an experience design is a design which is user-centric and analytically informed. That is what we're talking about. You need to make it user-centric and have the data from your users, from everything, get the most information you can, and then you can design an experience. People don't want good UX and good UI and copywriting and websites that have solutions, okay? People want meaningful experiences. People have got things going on in their lives. You need to figure out what that is so you can tap into it and know how, when is the best way to engage them, okay? Thank you very much.